Good morning. Appreciate everybody being here. Obviously, coming off the bye weekend, it was. I thought we had a good work week there last week, trying to really hone in and focus on some of the details, the fundamentals, communication, all elements of trying to help transition the work we're doing on the practice field so that it shows up there in the game to the best of our ability. I gave the guys a couple days off this weekend, be able to kind of just refresh, clear minds, clear bodies, and spirits, and get ready to go be better this week. And that's I thought our guys came back to really good meetings and practice last night. A lot of energy flying around. So guys definitely have a great sense of purpose for improvement, and that's our focus. And everything that we have this week to go be the best that we can be. Coaches, players, everybody involved. Trying to put our best foot forward to accomplish what we're setting out to be here for this week, and trying to block out all other things of the things that you learn from the experiences that we've had the first couple of weeks. You work to get better, but really all of our attention and focus is here on a very talented Memphis team that's coming in, and making sure that each of our players and our coaches go and do our jobs to the best of our ability with the week ahead. Do have some unfortunate news. Jalen Lucas will be out for the year. Sustained an injury there in our last game. Really disappointed for the young man. Very talented player. Explosive athlete for us. But unfortunately, he has an injury that will keep him out for the rest of the season. He does have a red shirt available, so he does have a couple years eligibility left with that. But just our thoughts are with him as he's jumping into the rehab part of recovery and with the injury, and I know he's going to do a great job of being able to continue to help the guys that are there on the field, and obviously working through his process here moving forward, but still very excited about what his future is going to be as a Seminole. But it is unfortunate we're going to lose him for the rest of the season. Like I said, it's a big week for us. We need to continue to push and challenge each other, and I think our guys have the right mindset for what is necessary as we head into this week.
All right, first question will be Ira over on your right.
Going back, I guess 3 years ago now, you guys had a rough start, and one of the things you talked about was not changing anything, just doing what you're doing. Is the challenge any different though when you've had success like you've had the last couple of years, and now trying to get through something like this as opposed to the approach you took 3 years ago?
It's all It's funny because we have a good number of guys that have been here through that journey, and some guys that just about every position group has at least a player that was here during that time. And but when you reflect back to that, there was we're still at the very beginning stages, and it was probably a bigger leap of faith then to stay the course, to trust the process of what we were doing than what it is now. And we understand what, how, and the steps necessary for us to go be successful. That's got to translate. That's got to translate better from how we're practicing, for what we're doing in our preparation, for that to be able to show up there, in the course of the game. And I think we've all been out there. We've all seen it. We've seen the ability that our guys have shown in preparation. But for whatever reason, we have not been able to translate that. In the course of our first two games as good as it can be. And there's some elements of our consistency that need to be better, the details, fundamentals, and then guys cutting it loose, playing fast, playing free, and going to just enjoy playing this game. And I do think there's been some moments just due to whatever situation, circumstance, where we played tight, where we've kind of pressed a little bit. I think that when you get your opportunity to go play this game, you gotta cut it loose and just trust your training, trust your fundamentals, trust communication. The guy to the left, the guy to the right, and it doesn't mean there's not gonna be a bad thing that shows up in the course of a contest, but it's the response that you have in that. And I've got a lot of confidence in where this team will continue to grow to. I believe in the young men that we have. believe in what we're asking them to do, and and it's building them for that moment. And so I've seen a good response from our team in the last week and how we've worked. I mean, everybody's disappointed, but ultimately it's disappointed knowing that we haven't played our best, and that's where we got to go take the step. So it's not there's not wholesale changes to what we're doing. Our guys believe in what and how we do it, but obviously we got to execute that, and we got to help that translate there to the course of the game.
All right, we'll go to Jordan, third row on your left.
Coach, you mentioned the word pressing multiple times over the last couple of weeks. Is that something that's contagious in the locker room? And do you think over the bye week you're able to figure out, what the issues were? Is that a confidence issue? What kind of comes with that?
I mean, it's I think a lot of elements can pour into it. Obviously, if you start a season, nobody goes into a season thinking, oh well, hey, here's the struggles that are about to show up, or this is going to be the adversity that's going to show up, and but you have a picture of what you want it to be individually, as a group, as a offense, defense, special teams, and then collectively as a team. And when it doesn't go that way, or if you face adversity, it's how you respond in that moment. And to say confidence, sometimes I think it's guys going out there and want to do everything in their power, I would say almost not to lose, or to not to not miss a tackle, not miss a throw, not miss a not drop a ball, or whatever that case might be. But ultimately, it's you're flipping that mindset that, man, you've trained, you're prepared. Go make that play. Go cut it loose and enjoy the game that we get to be a part of. And obviously you'll learn from every experience that you have. And so I think that showed up a little bit more this last week, and different dynamics in the game that kind of play to that sometimes. Well, we struggled early on third downs, on both sides of the ball, and then all of a sudden they have extended drives. We're quick off the field, and then you look up and you feel like, oh man, I've got to do this, I got to do that, or you just play a little bit tighter than I'd say tighter and more hesitant, in those situations. And I've talked to the team about that, and I want to see them go play this game. And we're playing a very talented team this week. One that I think is definitely a top 25 caliber team. As they come in here, and so they're probably going to make a play or two in this game. And when that happens, where do you go in that moment? I mean, that's part of college football, and being able to respond to the adversity. Also, when things are going well, responding to the success. And so I'm excited to watch our team and their preparation. I'm excited to see them take that to the game, and then just cut it loose and go play.
All right, we'll go back to your right for Peter.
Coach, with the loss of Jalen Lucas, does that will lead an opportunity for your young running backs to step up and fill his role?
Yeah, I think you look at guys, some of those younger backs that are going to have probably more opportunities. Mekhi Danzy has moved up, and now he is practicing with the offense. He's been on the scout team units, getting him a couple more looks to see if as he grows and progresses throughout the season, if there could be opportunities there. You've definitely been very excited about what I've seen from him. We got some of the younger backs that we're going to continue to look at. I've been really pleased with those young guys' development. Obviously, Cam Davis has got a chance to get out there and make some plays there in the first couple games. You've got guys like Sam Singleton, Keziah Holmes, that I do think have really good potential and ability, and so it does say force and open the door of opportunity for some of those guys, and they got to be ready for when their number's called.
We'll stay over there for Ira.
You've talked before about how the quarterback obviously gets most of the credit when things are well, or blame if it's not going well. Can you kind of just evaluate big picture how DJ's playing, and how many of the miscommunications or errors that are happening during the course of games are on him versus? Yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to get into specifics on pointing, but there have been issues, and I say issues. It's not pointing to one person, to one group. I mean, I think that we have to be more consistent, overall as an offense, and there's been times where obviously he's been on point. Maybe we're a couple yards too deep on a route depth, or we were maybe there's a protection issue or there's different elements. Obviously, like I mentioned in the game, there have been a few missed throws that he's had, and whether that was due to a drop or progression. I mean, I think those are all opportunities for us to get better, and it's definitely not been all on him. I've really liked his mindset and his approach. He's got a lot of experience, and he understands how to play the game. He understands how to respond, to good, and obviously to responding to some of the challenges that showed up. And I think he's brought the right attitude and approach to what we need and to what we need to continue to do as this offense is growing together. And we all have to be better. Myself, all positions. That's part of us. Continuing to forge the identity of who we are, and then just the consistency of our execution. And like I've said, I've said it coming out of the last game. I've got to do a better job of putting our guys in position to go be successful, doing the things that I know that they can do, and that's got to translate on game day.
We'll come left front row for Chris.
How long do you expect to be without Jeremiah Byers, and how did Jalen Early do with his first real heavy play time?
We'll see. We'll see how JB progresses. Not expecting that to be long term, but we'll see where that looks like as we go into the rest of this week, and if it happens to extend beyond that, what that looks like. I thought Jalen came in. This was his first extensive meaningful reps. Obviously Rob was able to start, but you're still working through some of his situation just coming off of fall camp, and we knew Jalen was going to play, and still expecting Jalen to be a part of this game and get his opportunities. But I thought there were some good things, and a few plays where trusted his technique, make sure he's playing with his eyes, that where he can be better. But all in all, I thought Jalen had a solid kind of first outing where he got extensive reps.
We'll go back to Ira.
I know we'll talk to Adam also, but defensively, can you quantify where some of the lapses have been in terms of not being able to get off field, third downs, things like that?
Yeah, there's been a few. It's been a kind of a big picture approach. Obviously, last week there was a few times where their quarterback did a great job of being able to extend and try to make play, and made a play to be able to extend drives. There's not been just a ton in the drop back passing game that we faced in third downs. We've played back-to-back weeks have faced quarterbacks that are extremely mobile, and whether it's a quarterback run read option game in that it definitely adds different elements and challenges to it, but that's something where we have to continue to be better. There's not been just a whole lot of straight drop back game where we've had these huge communication busts. There's been a few elements where we got to be better in just communication and making sure that we're on point with the specifics in the passing game. But ultimately we got to make sure we're stopping the run. We got to be obviously accountable to our gaps and making sure that we're doing a good job of when we have somebody with an opportunity to make a tackle, it's open field or in short spaces, that we get them down and you'll be able to get off the field there in those situations. But that's our big focus, and we know we got an offense that's coming in this week that is very multiple. They obviously got a strong running back. Went over 100 yards this last week. They're multiple in formation, structures what they do, and then they've got some really good receivers and one of the most experienced quarterbacks, best quarterbacks in the country that's coming in. So we're going to have challenges in both the run and the passing game. So it's going to take all 11 guys to make sure that we're doing our job, stopping the run, and then obviously being able to limit the vertical pass and make sure we're tight in our coverages.
All right, we'll go to Allison in the back.
Hey Coach, I just wanted to ask you about your time at Memphis. You've always talked so highly of it, said it was a special time being there. Just emotions heading into this game, and what it's been like to play them.
I've got unbelievable respect for that program, great love for that city. It was truly a wonderful experience when we got to live there and got to be a part of that program and continue to try to push and elevate it, really to where it is. And I do believe it's one of the top top programs, in the country. When you look at the success that they've had, that they've been able to sustain, Ryan, Coach Overfield, I mean, he's done a great job with the program, continuing to push it on the trajectory that we were on. And you look at what they've done over the last 10, 12 years. I mean, it's really been impressive. And but this game is it's our next game. And I mean, I really Memphis will always have a special place in my heart. But I mean, this is about our players. It's about us going out there and being able to compete, improve, and get an opportunity to showcase all that we are and what we can be against a very talented team.
We'll go back to Ira.
You guys are able to go out on the road recruiting as a coaching staff. What kind of messages are you getting from recruits and sharing with recruits as you go out?
Yeah, obviously, being able to go out, it's you trying to utilize the bye week to get out and see guys, guys that are either committed to us or guys that we're continuing to evaluate for this year or next year's classes, and obviously, nobody's excited about how we start. Right? I'm talking about ourselves. So we're not excited about how the start of the season has gone. But obviously we know where we're headed, and we have a tremendous amount of belief in the guys that we have and the guys that we're bringing into the program that's going to continue to help us ascend to ultimately where we want to be. And there's great excitement for opportunity, and ultimately a belief in where those steps are necessary for us, and for these guys that are going to come in. The opportunity to be able to impact and continue to push this program forward. So, the message hasn't changed a whole lot, in regards to that. And, I believe in what we're doing and the guys that we're going after.
All right, we'll stay there for Matt.
How much does it help that you finally have a normal work week and now that menu of what you're looking at on the opponent is so much smaller because you actually have film?
Yeah, and it is something I'm grateful for. This week is a more regular week, for us, and so it's good getting started last night, and being able to see at least a couple of games. Watching Memphis from this year, getting a sense of the personnel, how they're utilizing the personnel. Like I said, it's a talented group, and we know that still early in the season. I mean, they've won both their first couple of games, really handedly. They haven't probably had to dip a ton into the menu of things that they do. Very well coached team, and so we fully expect that we're still going to see different elements of things schematically, but it is good to be able to get a better sense of how these guys have aligned and how they're being utilized within the course of the offense, defense, and special teams.
We'll go to the back right for Aslan.
When it comes to giving new guys opportunities to perform in games, they have to earn those opportunities, but is it enough if the guys in front of them aren't playing good enough? Does that give them the opportunity to then be able to help out the team in a game?
Yeah, I mean, our job is to play the players we believe are going to give us the best opportunity to go win games, and we want to continue to push to see that in game. We want to continue to see that in practice, but it definitely has to be earned, and obviously we're going to continue to push at every position to see that, to evaluate that, and obviously work to see that show up on game day.
All right, we'll go to Peter.
Coach, I know you mentioned about preparing for Memphis. Well, that was about having to get a chance to see Ryan Silverfield again. I had a chance about seeing Ryan Silverfield again.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm grateful for Ryan, and obviously he was a part of the first staff there at Memphis. Was actually I think the only coach that was there from the beginning to the entire 4 years. A lot of guys got different opportunities, and obviously we're able to go and whether get promotions or different jobs. And Ryan had his opportunities, but he chose to stay and be a part of what we were building there. And I'm just so excited for him and the opportunity he gets to lead that program. And like I said, he's done a great job with it. We stay in touch. Definitely somebody I got a lot of respect for, and he will definitely be there.
Ira.
At the BC game, Keem was going through some warm-up stuff, and he wasn't available that day. When he does come back, what can he help in terms of not just the passing game, but also the running game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fully expecting Keem to be available this week and to play, and he really had a good fall camp. He was on track for what we were, what we believe he can be, and he's taken some positive steps. Still needs to get to grow and do that. But obviously you get another big, fast, strong receiver that. We feel has an opportunity to win one-on-ones, get an opportunity to showcase those attributes in the passing game, but like I said, also in the running game. And that's something that we've got to continue to build upon on the perimeter. We faced good number of looks where guys, the secondaries are getting incorporated heavily into run fits, and so how can receivers help when it comes to that? And that's something that you look at Memphis, the secondary. That's one with the type of defense they play. I mean, I think it's as good of a secondary of fitting the run, fitting being physical out there on the edge, getting involved in and being disruptive on the perimeter game. So we need all of our receivers to come and bring obviously they're best when it comes to that. But Keem is somebody that I'm very excited about, and I think he can be a big play receiver for us, but also a steady, consistent force. I'm really proud of Kentron and what he was able to do in the last game, and he looked more like his old self of a speed and being able to get in and out of routes, and obviously had some big plays down the field. So definitely looking forward to what Hakeem can bring, but also the continued growth from those guys on the outside.
All right, we'll go back to Jordan on your left.
Coach, there's been some changes in college football this fall. The tablets on the sideline, the 2-minute timeout, I guess they call it now. How comfortable have you been feeling with that through 2 games, and how much do you think it's helped or hurt the team through the first couple of weeks?
No, I mean, I think the helmet communication was something that was been good. We've worked a good amount of that throughout the course of spring. To be honest with you, like the tablet, the first time we got to use it was in Ireland, and with the construction here at the stadium, it was there was some challenges just with everything how it's wired. So I mean that's still a little bit of a work in progress, with us, and kind of the best ways. I think our guys have done a nice job, in the communication and being able to do that in the course of the game. But I still think there's some different elements of what is best. How does that best fit us? The information that we need to see, the communication of that, and then still making sure that we're transitioning that to the next series or next to the next half or whatever that dynamic might be as we're rolling through that. So it's a definitely still a work in progress, but feel comfortable when it comes to all of it.
All right, y'all good? Okay.
All right, thank you.